Pandemic has presented a unique challenges to educators as they move to a remote learning approach. Home-based learning is an approach in which parents and teachers replicate the instructional process of the schools, including curriculum, traditional instructions, assignments, and so on. Hence, it is new to the entire system. The school needs to explore any practical ways to overcome the obstacle both parents, teachers, and school leaders have been encountered. Parents at home and teachers in the school both experience learning setback of learners, considering home-based learning is a strange to all. Parents as frontliners in the delivery of education at home find difficult to extend best education as expected by the school. Studies reveal that home learning environment is an important predictor of differences in children's academic and social development. Nanali 1997 pointed out that a children beyond babyhood, a positive home learning environment provides social interaction, attention, and activities which promote development of positive attitude to learning, as well as acquisition of physical, intellectual, language, and social and emotional. On local context, Puerto Princesa Elementary School has considered the emerging factors why children lost interest in studies that lead to decreasing academic performance. As home-based learning instruction was adopted as it is required in the new normal, the school earnestly looked on the positive intervention to respond to growing academic failure of the school learners. Aside from poor parents' education and family income, the school considered the stability at home life in terms of learning facilities, materials, and incapacitated parents who treat home-based learning positively. Based on the learners' enrollment survey form, learners have no facilities and materials that would help as learning at home takes place. Parents were incapacitated in the different strategies as how learning at home became easy. Project School on Shelter for Children and Off-Site Learning is an intervention that addresses the incapacities of home in the provision of the ideal learning environment at home. It generally provides learners' needs such as instructional materials and facilities that would help children find ease during their study time. Project School brings the idea of the different home learning dimensions that definitely provides learners basic needs and let them feel that home is a better learning center. Project School builds a rewarding return as it looks as turning home as an ideal classroom. The project is intended for the 216 pupils of Puerto Princesa Elementary School o Barangay Puerto Princesa, Pasilisa, Dinagat Islands, facilitated by teachers and school head. It ensures that the processes involved in the actual implementation were clearly defined by all through the following processes: discussion on the first quarter result, use learners in enrollment survey as a form of a tool, crafting of the intervention to address the learning problem, designing of activity, conduct home-based learning capacity building for parents, gather data of parents, sending letter to school property custodian for the availability of tables and chairs record, distribution of facilities to pardos, class home designing, designation of project chairmanship, monitoring and evaluation, assessment on the project impact, awarding of the Project School implementer. Project School is set for all the learners' advisors to act as facilitator under a designated chairman. Teachers will capture the learner's home learning environment condition in terms of home learning facilities and instructional learning materials. Teachers will conduct monitoring, checking, and assessment. Prior to the implementation, the school sees to it that parents are capacitated on how this project being done. Teachers should ensure their health status by visiting the health center and fill up the DepEd Health Daily Checklist. Part of and parcel is to ensure that all children were given face masks and face shield for a safer implementation.